Va ora in onda Cinema, quindicinale a cura di Francesco Bortolini e Claudio Masenza. Buon proseguimento di serata.
But it is a little strange after all these years and all the Shakespeare and Ibsen and Chekhov and all the attitude that I've had to outgrow in the past. It's a little strange when I'm at a stoplight and the car's idling and I'm waiting for the light to change green and a carload of people go, "Yo, Kruger! Hey!" You know, it's a little, you know, I'm still, I always think I look my best, you know, and when that happens, I'm always a little thrown. But it's fun for me, and it comes with the territory, and Freddie's opened a lot of doors for me as an actor and a director and a producer now, so I'm pretty grateful to the old burned cuss. You're suspended. I saw Frankenstein as a child of 8 or 9 with my mom, and I'm sure it was uncut, and it scarred me, I think. I remember the first time that the monster hung little Fritz on the hook. Boy, I didn't see that coming. It was pretty horrific to me. But I wasn't a big fan. I learned to respect the horror film and become an aficionado of it and really sort of rediscover the genre later. Before Freddie and during Freddie, out of respect to what Freddie done for me, and sort of rediscover it. And also having to defend horror films, as it's called, I am called upon to do sometimes. I you know, realized how many of our great directors come from the horror genre. You know, De Palma and Scorsese and Coppola began directing horror films, and many others as well. It's sort of a place where, you know, you're forced to use style a lot, and those that have style, I guess, can show their chops, as opposed to maybe directing some rather drab Joel Clayburgh movie about female menopause the first time out, where it's not too much but, you know, used classical music and a lot of girl talk.
Faithfulness is not a quality that I admire in you, Christine.
The trapping of being stuck as a horror star, or the Boris Karloff syndrome, the Vincent Price syndrome as it's called. Geez, we'd be lucky to be Vincent Price. The guy's the biggest collection of American art in the world. No, I don't have to worry. But I'm very lucky. You see, I had this huge body of work prior to Freddie. Mark Hamill from Star Wars is a good buddy of mine, and Mark, you know, went through the same problem with being trapped in the role of Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, and he was at Fox one day in the commissary. He'd had a couple of drinks, and he was yelling at a waiter about a tuna melt or something, and they told him to cool it, and, you know, Mel Brooks came over to the table and took him aside and said, "You know, Mark, you know, you never get off the merry-go-round while it's still turning, and very few of us ever even get to sit on the merry-go-round," and he's very good advice, and I've sort of taken it to heart. And you know, the things that come with the horror industry and with playing Freddy, the minor controversies and some of the teasing, it comes with the territory, and I was sort of prepared for all that, you know, when I said yes the first time. So I made my peace with it.
I miei bagagli! È sempre così. Ogni volta che i postiglioni arrivano ad Armonia, corrono a spassarsela. Enea Silvio, mio zio, dov'è? Tu sei uno di quei carbonai? Non capisci quello che dico?
Mi sento una persona qualunque, qualsiasi, anche quando lavoro. Non ho perso nessun tipo di rapporto con la realtà e con le cose che mi circondano. E non sembro un'attrice perché spesso mi scambiano per la... Quando vado in un negozio spesso mi chiedono informazioni sulla merce, sulle cose, quanto costa quello, quanto costa quell'altro. Quindi e sono contenta di questo, perché a me non me ne importa assolutamente niente. Questo non lo so se io non lo faccio apposta, mi viene naturale, quindi sono fatta così. Poi non credo di essere particolarmente bella né interessante, quindi quello che faccio lo faccio perché mi piace fare sto lavoro, quindi quando lavoro, poi quando invece non lavoro faccio le cose che si fanno normalmente, anzi.
Ma lei non è sposato o fidanzato?
Io? No.
Oddio.
C'ho 3 giorni che fa così. Meno male che non se n'è andata la luce. E lei, signorina? È fidanzata?
Beh, l'ho visto il mio fidanzato, no?
Innanzitutto credo che sia sbagliatissimo considerare il cinema come un malato. Secondo me lo spettatore va al cinema pensando di prendersi una brutta malattia, perché dico come vado a vedere questa cosa perché ne parlano tutti così, dico starà morendo, non starà morendo. E poi soprattutto secondo me non bisogna parlarne troppo del nuovo cinema, di quello che fine farà, eccetera. I film sono fatti innanzitutto da persone che vogliono dire qualche cosa e poi, si fanno perché si ha voglia che la gente li vada a vedere, ma senza crearne un caso, assolutamente. Il nuovo cinema italiano, gli emergenti, i non emergenti, quelli che stanno affogando, quelli che non si prendono il premio, cioè non ne farei un caso così. Credo che questo sia proprio non un atto d'amore, questo sia proprio, sembra quasi una volontà di ucciderlo definitivamente. Il cinema secondo me non morirà proprio mai, e nemmeno il teatro. Ho delle perplessità rispetto alla televisione perché sta diventando troppo invadente, troppo importante nella... E forse proprio per questo... oddio, cioè la fruizione di questo mezzo è veramente un po'... sta diventando un po' malata secondo me. Ed è per questo che forse è l'unico mezzo che in qualche modo... creerà dei problemi veri e non il cinema, perché il cinema è una realtà completamente diversa, è il mondo dei sogni e non credo che possa morire definitivamente.
I bionde dolci fremiti che suscita l'amore, poiché quell'occhio al cuore ogni
Lucy, you don't understand. Look, there's an explanation.
What is the explanation? I don't even want to hear it.
We were
Just
just
get
sitting
out.
there talking.
Get
And
out.
look, it was not
Billy,
me. It
get
was
out
not
of
me.
my house
Come
now.
on, look, I'm naked. Don't throw me out like this.
Yes, I'm throwing you
can't
out
throw me.
like this.
It's cold out there.
No.
Come on.
Get out.
Give me a break.
Get
Come
out.
on.
Get out.
Lucy, don't close. Just give me my pants. Let me talk to you. Please, Lucy. Lucy, just give me my pants and I'll leave. Lucy.
What I do is I have an idea about making films that is very different than writing and directing films. I believe in creating films, and it is very unfair to even credit me with the script of the film, because what I do is I write the structure, which you need to have very firmly in mind, and the form. And within that, I put the scenes, and I sometimes write opening lines or some version of the way I'd like the scene to play, but I encourage the actors to use their own language, their own memories, their own minds, their own feelings, and the events of their own lives, and contribute that to the character we're creating. And when I go back to my cutting room, which is where I really write my movie, in the cutting room, frequently what I end up using is what the actors gave me, because it's much better than anything I wrote for them.
Shouldn't we be able to be equal people and not be lonely and share our lives with others?
Let's see. Up to now, no.
Why not?
Well, look at the condition that the women are in.
But why are they in that condition? Why are we in that condition? Why is everybody in this lonely condition?
I made a movie, Someone to Love, which satisfies me very much. One of the main reasons it really gives me pleasure that that film exists, though I think altogether it's a good film. The thing that gives me the most pleasure about it, I think, is the fact that I get to share Orson, the real Orson, the way Orson really was, with you, with the audience, not the Orson that hid behind masks, not the Orson that thought he had to put on an Orson Welles persona to appear before the public, but the Orson that you would have known if you had had lunch with him, as I did. The Orson who was very vulnerable and very open and very sweet and very loving. For the last 15 years of his life, we were very, very close. I had lunch with him once or twice a week, every week for 10, 12 years. We spoke on the phone 5, 6 times every day, and we went to many different countries together and traveled a lot together. I took him to the Cannes Film Festival to try to get money for his films. Hollywood is a very ugly town. What they do is they are only interested in what makes money. It's very unabashedly about nothing but money. They don't care if you're brilliant, like Orson was, or if you're a fool. If you can make them money, fine, and if you can't make them money, they might throw you nice parties and give you tributes, but they will not give you money to make a movie. That's why I learned from Orson, the negative lesson I learned from watching his career, especially in the last 20 years of his life when he couldn't get a movie made, was never to depend upon Hollywood for your source of financing. Hollywood is a town addicted to what's safe, and an artist, by definition, tries to do what is not safe. Hollywood is not interested in the word artist. The word artist, in fact, is a dirty name. People are embarrassed to even admit here that they try to be artists, and therefore, of course, they don't try to be artists. Orson Welles never tried to be less than an artist. So in a town and in a country and in a business which celebrates low-level remakes of bad movies or sequels, endless sequels of the same nonsense, Beverly Hills Cop 6, 7, 8, or Back to the Future 4, 5, 6, or Jaws, or Rocky, or Rambo. There was no room for a really creative, strongly unique artist like Orson Welles. For that reason, people like myself who want to try to be artists but live here have determined that we can't do it within the confines of this town. I get all my financing from Europe, for instance, and that's the way I can be completely free from having to deal with Hollywood.
You remember when you helped me that night? Do you remember?
Well, don't mention that.
No, because I came in and I was really upset.
No, I was in shock.
Yeah, but you took me into your bed and you held me and you also, but it didn't work.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
There's no script on a Henry Jaglom movie. Henry has notes, and he writes notes, chronically writing notes, very feverishly writing notes. And so I think he has the script in his head, but he doesn't share it with all of us. And then what he does is he guides us, tries to guide us in the way that he's thinking of in terms of his notes. And I'm always there saying, please, please, talk to me, what's going on, tell me. And he'd say, it doesn't matter, just do it. And I'm going, oh, no, no. So working for Henry is very much letting go of the terror, to have the freedom to try to do what he wants me to do and read his mind. It's very unique and interesting way to work. Well, I would be happy if there wasn't so much improvisation. I like more script and story, and then I like to improvise in the framework of a story and a script like we did with Nashville. Nashville was really a perfectly constructed script. When I read the script from Nashville that Joan Tewksbury wrote, I just wept because I knew that I was going to be a part of something that was really, really wonderful. And that's my preference, is to improvise in terms of a framework of a script and a story. I would prefer that. Henry doesn't use as much script as I would prefer.
755-328. Who do I see about a business loan?
Refer to central inquiries.
Paxman J. I've come about a loan.
Personal or business?
Business.
Sorry, personal inquiries only.
Yeah, well, where do I go then?
Business inquiries. Yes?
Business loans. Where?
Differential? Ale?
Well, I don't know. That's why I want to talk to someone.
Appointments? Appointments?
Appointments?
Serve for no runnings.
Good morning. Mr. Paxman, isn't it?
Yes, good afternoon.
Business loans, wasn't it?
That's right. I'm thinking of buying a new computer.
What kind of business loan?
I don't know. That's why I just want to talk to someone.
I'll just check the appointments for next month.
Appointments?
I won't keep you a moment.
I just want to talk to someone!
Do you sometimes think that the bigger banks get, the smaller your problems will seem to them?
Excuse me. Take a seat. Let's see what we can do. You were thinking about a business loan, weren't you?
At Barclays, our customer service program means in our future...
I miei film nascono dal fatto che mi guardo in giro, che vedo, forse può darsi nascono dal fatto che ho studiato da veterinario, che mi sono stufato che ho pensato poi di non fare veterinario e di fare del cinema. Quando facevo dei veterinari mi occupavo dei cani, facendo del cinema mi devo occupare degli uomini. Allora nascono guardando, andando per strada, guardando un po' la gente, vedendo come reagisce, leggendo i giornali, vedendo quello che fanno. E così nascono i miei film. All'inizio mi piaceva mangiare, mi piaceva andare in giro, mi piaceva camminare, mi piaceva vedere delle cose e per fare tutto questo dovevo cominciare anche a fare del cinema, Poi piano piano mi è venuta la voglia di cinema. Adesso continuo a averla, però sono un po' stufo ormai.